All right, so as I get ready to call the next witness, let's just back the truck up ever so slightly here. So the homicides happened in the room that Christine Banfield shared with her husband, Brendan Banfield. After she's killed in there and Joseph Ryan is killed in there, the defendant and the au pair move in there together. They're sleeping in there together in the same room where the homicides happened. Let that sink in. Let's bring in our legal analyst guest, attorney John Day, watching along with us. John, I'm sure you've heard some crazy things throughout your many years of practice. This has got to be up there. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's up there, Julie. You have to imagine what's going through the minds of the jurors. If they looked exhausted the other day, it's because they're being asked essentially to buy a story that's a little unbelievable, and it's just as disturbing as it can be. But this is what the defense has to work with, and you've got these facts that are just, I mean, one after the other. You think you've heard the most unbelievable, most disturbing part of it, and then something else is dropped, and it's just hard for the jury to process it all. It's hard for the jury to be saying, you know, okay, we're gonna withhold belief. We're gonna wait and see if the state or the Commonwealth has proved it beyond a reasonable doubt. But when they pile on like this, the facts that are just so hard to swallow, like moving into the bedroom. I mean, the jurors are looking at that going, well, that would never happen to in any situation that I've ever encountered. It just raises the level of unbelievability, and it's going to be, you know, I mean, how long is it going to take for them to come back with a verdict on this one?
Right, John. It's almost as incomprehensible as this plot that these two allegedly carried out together. It is sick, sinister, savage. As I said in my opening statement this morning, messy freaks. These two are. We're going to hit a break. When we come back, we got another witness up, a detective with the Fairfax Police Department. Join us for more Court TV Live right after the break. What a mess. You know, can you imagine those investigators coming to this house and trying to sort through this scene and try to figure out who's responsible? This is quite a wild case. Let's bring in criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor John Day now for some thoughts on this. John, your thoughts on what these investigators had to go through and trying to figure out which way the wind was blowing at that house. What do you think?
Right, that's a good way of putting it. Which way was the wind blowing? You got the initial story that, you know, that Banfield is the hero. He comes in and he's shooting a man who's, you know, murdering his wife. And this is the tale that they want to hold up. This is what they're hoping the investigators will believe. When the investigators get to the scene, all they have is this horrific scene, this bloody situation where they don't know who's who and what's what, and you know, they very meticulously then piece together what happened based on what they see initially at the scene with the evidence. But they've also got this story, the framework that Banfield has, which is that he's the hero, that you know, he's trying to save his wife from an intruder, from an attacker. But you can tell right away it's something that they're going to be suspicious of, because when you look at the fact that there's an intruder in the house, that the au pair and then Banfield show up, you know, coincidentally, miraculously, right at that time, right off the bat, you know they're going to be skeptical. You know they're going to be cynical about what they're hearing.
Definitely, John. And we know that this defendant, according to his lover, Miss Au Pair, that he was thinking all along the way about how his moves would be perceived by law enforcement. Really scary, sinister stuff. There's much more to come. John Day, thank you kindly for the legal analysis, and thank you at home for being with us. We're going to see the detectives go over some very graphic crime scene photographs in this murder case where two innocent people lost their lives, Christine Banfield and Joseph Ryan. So who is responsible? This jury is tasked with finding out. We'll be right back.